Commissioner Cuminato,
Here.
Commissioner Farrow,
Here.
and Commissioner Roach is here. We have a quorum. First item of business would be to observe a moment of silence for retired Police Lieutenant Joseph Santillo, who passed away on July 3rd of this year. Thank you. Also at this time, let's observe a moment of silence for retired police officer Joseph Crevice, who passed away on July 11th. Thank you. Also at this time, please observe a moment of silence for retired police officer Edward Riley, who passed away on July 22nd. May they rest in peace. The next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the minutes of the regular board meeting from June 21st. Any questions, comments, corrections? Entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the June 21st meeting.
So move.
It's been moved by Commissioner Farrow. Is there a second?
Yeah.
Seconded by Commissioner Cuminato. All those in favor? Are there any opposed? Okay. Those minutes are accepted. On to reports. Chief of Police, good evening. Chief, the floor is yours.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Can't believe it's August. I can't believe that we're almost through the summer. It's been quite a busy summer. A lot of events happening, a lot of moving parts here at the PD. So I'm pleased to announce that our class 44 started the academy on the 25th of July. We graduated, we had on the 2nd, we had National Night Out with our recruits being the host of that event, which is absolutely phenomenal. We had it over at Washington Park. We had quite a few people join us, the children, the recruits interacted, both classes interacted with the youth and the adults that were present. It was actually a really great night. On the 4th, we had class 43 graduate. We had 10, I believe, graduate for the city of Bridgeport. We have also had recruits for Trumbull, Fairfield, and Madison that were participants in class 43. They have already gone to their departments. We have started our field training program, which is a 13-week program where the new probationary officers, because they're no longer recruits, they go on the field with trained officers to guide them, gauge them, really assess their strengths, their weaknesses, and be able to take any corrective measures to help them get through this process and get to feel more comfortable as they get ready to go out on their own, which will be, they're in their 2nd week, so they have another 11 weeks. I did participate in an event for young ladies up at Community Services. The host was from Norwalk. We're trying to get the program here in Bridgeport for young ladies for empowerment, encouragement. It was a fantastic event. It was a whole day Saturday. We had the event up at Community Services. Sandra Quinones, Officer Quinones, was instrumental in having the partnership with this group, and everything turned out very nice. And we were able to really interact with some young girls from the city of Bridgeport. We want to continue to do that because we want to continue to show the positive and show that young ladies can move on and move upward with life, right? On the 14th, we finished our application process for the next police exam that we will be giving. I believe we're going to by the end of September, we should be giving our next police exam, but we've already started our next recruitment process. So I don't know if you have all seen, there's signs posted. I actually have a banner outside of the police department, and there's what I call yard tents, where you can actually go up to the poster is the recruitment poster, and it has a QR code. Anyone that has a smartphone can go up to the QR code, snap on it, and it will bring up the page with all the information for policeapp.com, the CHIPS test information, the fees, the waivers. I mean, it's important for the community to know, first of all, that anyone in the city of Bridgeport that applies, any resident, once you get through the testing process, if you pass the test, you get an additional 15% on top of your test score as an incentive for Bridgeport residents. If anyone is experiencing a hardship, we know that COVID really has changed a lot of lives and households. There is a waiver that can be filled out to waive the fees to take the test. So we've finalized one to give the test within, I believe it's by the end of September. We are already starting the recruitment process for the next test, understanding that we are short at least 130 officers. We know that that is a nationwide concern, not just for the city of Bridgeport, but my primary concern is the city of Bridgeport and making sure that we move forward and putting abled bodies that are really serious about being police officers and helping our communities become members of the police department. We have a lot of different community outreach programs. I was out at PT Barnum today, sharing some goodies that we have for the kids and getting ready to go back to school. The mayor's backpack event was this past Saturday, where I actually had the recruits as well participate so that they can understand and get to meet the community that they're going to be serving. This Saturday, we have the PT Barnum backpack giveaway. We have Iglesia Cristiana Renacer giveaway, a backpack giveaway. We have the Jerk Fest on McCleavely Green. We have an event at the band shell at Seaside Park. Is the Adventist Church is also doing a backpack giveaway for the children and clothes. And Marina Village reunion is going to be over at the park on Waldemere. So this is going to be a chock full weekend. Then the weekend of the 27th and 28th, we have City Fest coming to the band shell at Seaside Park with a positive message of hope. And on the 27th, we also have McCleavely Green is going to be the jazz festival or the jazz event hosted by retired officer Dave Daniels. We've been conducting proactive details with our traffic division. I've been having the command staff walking, and myself as well included, walking through different areas within the city of Bridgeport, getting meet and greets, talking with the community, looking at next steps and what some of the expectations are for the police department and how we can assist. We've been doing proactive details downtown. And we know that major concerns about tractor trailers that we've been addressing as well. And captain's test is on Thursday. Lieutenant Cottle will be one of the candidates taking the test. We wish all of them the very best. 7 applicants. I do wish them the very best, and I hope that they can continue moving forward in the department. I'm looking at having a promotional event for lieutenants and detectives. And an award ceremony within the next, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I will definitely let you all know so that you can attend. I know that Commissioner Diaz, Commissioner Cruz were at our graduation. Thank you all for coming. Commissioner Diaz said that he would like to participate in another way. So maybe at the next graduation, we can have a representative from the Board of Police Commissioners speak, give a brief speech to the class that is graduating. So like I said, a lot of moving parts. Our officers are doing an excellent job. As you know, we also had the arrest of the homicides that happened over on Fairfield Avenue. The party has been taken in custody. And this past weekend, we had a homicide, unfortunately, but I will tell you that one of our officers did engage in pursuit, and the party was taken into custody. So the officers are really focused and really doing a great job. Our detective bureau also, and our task forces, our narcotics and vice teams. It's amazing the work that they've been able to do in pulling together, getting guns off the street, drugs off the street, etc. So I publicly want to thank each member of the police department for pulling together in these tough times. And that's all I have.
Hey, Chief.
Hey, how are you?
Any questions from the commissioners to the chief?
Oh, thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just
Great work.
like, just to comment on your downtown detail. I know you and I have been speaking about this, the issues that we've been having down there, and I gotta say, the guys you've been sending down there have been doing a great job.
Thank you.
Big
Great.
improvements. Yep. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you.
As I mentioned before, Union President Brad Seeley won't be with us. We also, there is no internal affairs report this evening. So we're going to move to clerk's reports on the status of pending matters, and we'll turn it over to Lieutenant Cotto.
Good evening, Commissioners. As it stands today, I was able to locate, I guess I want to say, a large sum of sustained cases. I am unsure if there are more pending, but I did speak with the Commander of Internal Affairs, and we seem to be pretty confident that we got, if not all, most of them. As it stands right now, it looks like there's 9 pending cases. As you see in your sheet, one of the officers recently retired. And out of those 9, it looks like 2 of them are second step barrels. I have copies of all these cases. I just need to know when we're going to start scheduling them.
I know we're gonna be notifying the union, or at least sending them information on these also. I would suggest we can look at a couple of dates maybe in September if that works for the commissioners. We usually Tuesday seems to be good for everybody. Obviously, we meet on Tuesdays, but I know Thursdays for the most part are pretty good as well. Are we okay to move forward? And also, Lieutenant, that gives you enough time to prepare also. But I'd like to, possibly if we can set a date now, and maybe 2 dates in September, if it works with the commissioners. Have a calendar in front of me, but would before the third Saturday of the third Tuesday of the month of September is our meeting. Would it make sense to do it before or after that? Any suggestions, folks?
We also would, how about Thursday?
Well, that's why I said Tuesdays are usually, obviously, everybody's good on Tuesdays, and Thursdays seem to work for everybody. I know, I believe Commissioner Cruz had issues with Wednesdays, and so did Commissioner Diaz with work, that kind of thing. But Tuesdays and Thursdays are good.
I'm not available the first 2 Tuesdays prior to the next board meeting, but I am available Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay. Lieutenant, you think that is that enough time to get everything together, or would you look to do it after our September meeting?
No, if you set it on September 8th, which is a Thursday, that'll give me at least 3 to 4 weeks, so that we could give the union ample time to prepare for their case.
And I'm sorry, you said September 8th?
September 8th.
Okay. That's 3 weeks from tonight.
So the union gets 10 days before a Laudermill hearing.
Mhm.
This is 3 weeks for them. It should be ample.
Yeah, no, it should be. We just want to make sure, maybe if you can get on that tomorrow, then that'll be fine. It's September 8th, and I'm sorry, what day does that fall on?
Thursday.
That's a Thursday, excuse me. So that would be 3 weeks from this Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. Is that good with everybody? Any issues for that Thursday? Okay. Let's schedule that for 6 PM.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Now, regarding,
Now, maybe if maybe the lieutenant, if we can meet with internal affairs over the next day or two, if you want to call me tomorrow and schedule that, we'll we
Yeah,
can
that-
make sure we're all on the same page and see what would be the best to schedule for the 8th.
okay.
All right.
Want to triage these by date, starting with the oldest and working their way to the newest?
Well, yeah, more than likely, unless there's some other reason to expedite one of them as opposed to another, but we can do it that way.
Okay, great. And how many do you want to schedule?
Well, we depending on, we've scheduled as many as 2 for one evening. And I understand, most of the stuff, you and I went over a few of these, and they're on the light side as far as, cases are concerned.
Okay,
So I'm sure we'll be able to knock off 2 that particular night. And if we want to keep, the 15th open as well, commissioners, if we're going to be moving along that Thursday, would that seem to be okay with everybody? If we schedule it it would be the reason I bring it up now, it'll be before our next regular board meeting. So if we decide, if we're able to lump a few together for Thursday the 8th and Thursday the 15th, we should have no issue getting a quorum, correct?
yes.
Fair to say. All right. Okay.
Commissioner Roach, I would like to start with the 2-second step.
No, and that's fine too. I was just going to bring that up. If those have been sitting for a while,
Yeah,
we
'cause
can
there's-
do those we can schedule for Thursday. You need to contact the folks because sometimes things get cold on them, and they may not be here. We've in the past we've scheduled as many as 4 on any given night, and usually counting on 1 or 2 no-shows kind of thing. But it might not be a bad. Let's schedule the 2 cases, the 2 Barrow cases, and then maybe throw in one of the others as well.
1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2. Yeah, which we'll figure it out.
I'll
Okay.
take a look at the cases and see the size and the difficulty.
Right. And like I say, we'll see which one's been on the back burner longest and try to move those through.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you, Lieutenant. We have nothing under new business, and we have under old business, no update yet from the city attorney's office regarding personnel matters. The lieutenant had, as indicated, has sent a request from 8-5. Hopefully we'll have something for next month on that. Correspondence. We have the monthly pension plan B report. If anybody's had a chance to look at that, if there's any questions. Yep. Thanks. Okay, moving along, letters of appreciation. We have a letter from retired Judge Carmen Lopez acknowledging Officer Michael Mazzacco for an outstanding job related to a mental health call he responded to. I had a chance to speak with Judge Lopez. She called me after the incident and was commenting on what a fantastic job Officer Mazzacco did in calming things down and what could have been a pretty nasty situation, but took charge and did a great job, and she wanted to make sure that that was acknowledged. And people that know Judge Lopez, she'll be the first one, to come out, and if there's something that needs to be addressed with that is less than perfect, she'll be the first in line. But so it means a lot when she goes out of her way to write a letter commending this particular officer. Okay, under widow's pension, we have I know it says see below, but we usually the board approves it, and I'm sorry, Lieutenant, I didn't get a chance to go over this with you, but the board will approve the request, and then when the board reconvenes as Plan A, we usually approve it a second time. With that having been said, I would entertain a motion that requires unanimous approval to place under widow's pension the request of Mrs. Susan Santillo to receive a widow's pension effective immediately. Is there a motion to place that on the agenda of our regular meeting?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Yeah.
It's been seconded by, moved by Commissioner Cruz, seconded by Commissioner Cuminato. All right, that is now on our agenda, and now entertain a motion to approve the request of Mrs. Susan Santillo to receive a widow's pension effective immediately. This is for approval. Is there a motion to approve? Motion been made by Officer Cuminato, seconded by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, that's been approved. All right, next is the report from the city engineer's office, and under items 9A, there are 6 items that the city traffic engineer is recommending approval. The one worth noting is on the north part of Elser Street, installing a 4-way stop at Elser Street and Hanson Avenue, and recommending denial of a request to remove a 4-way stop at Ellsworth and Davis. It looks, but I just inquired with the city traffic engineer because we have 3 short blocks with 3 4-way stop signs, and his argument, which I thought made sense at the end of the day, was at the line of sight. There is issues at all 3 intersections. So if it looks repetitive, that would be why, if you see it under the items under 9B. But unless there's any other questions, I would entertain a motion to combine the items under 9A and approve those items.
I just
So
have
moved.
a question.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Can I-
it's been moved and seconded, and Commissioner Cruz, any comment?
No, I just wanted clarification.
Sure.
So 9A5 was to approve the installation of the no parking here to corner. And then the 9B.
9A5 is installation of deaf pedestrian area.
I'm sorry. No, 5 is the
Nine-
installation of a no parking here to corner. We're talking about the same streets, Ellsworth Street and Davis
Yeah,
Avenue.
that's 9A3. Roman numeral 3.
Yeah,
No,
I think that's my mistake.
I have.
Oh,
Roman
you got a
numeral
different,
five.
you do? Okay, we have 2 different,
I got a
all
Jafar
right, okay.
in there. Sorry
All
about
right. Okay, so I'm sorry, what the clarification you're looking for?
So the clarification is to approve the installation of a no parking here to corner on those three, regarding those
Yeah,
three
which
streets,
is, right,
right? And then the request to not approve the always stop sign, right? At those very same areas. So what,
the not to approve is not to approve the removal. There's one existing. And
so we're
that,
approving and then not approving?
we're approving the installation of Ellsworth and Davis, and there
Oh,
is.
I see, you're replacing the always stop sign with the
Right, and
no
Ellsworth
parking to the
Street and
corner.
Davis, are really Ellsworth Street and Whittier.
I got it.
It was
Thank
the
you.
middle, okay, and that's a correction, I think, Lieutenant, you need to maybe make sure we have that correct on where it says the intersection of Ellsworth and Davis and Whittier. That's two separate intersections, but in any case, the items under 9A, it's been moved to combine and approved, moved by Commissioner Farrow and seconded by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor signify by saying something. Aye. There we go.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? All right, those have been approved. Now, on to 9B, which are the city traffic engineers requesting that the board not approve these items. The first two are handicap parking signs, and in both cases, there is off-street parking available. I think I have something here. Yeah, in both cases, there is off-street parking available. And one of the requests, the woman claimed that it's too long of a walk from her parking lot, which that might be Yarmouth's, but
So, may I ask a question, Commissioner Roach?
sure,
So when, I'm sorry,
that's all right. You can get that if you want.
no, I don't want to. I'm just trying to turn it off, but it's
I
not
know.
gonna go off. Oh, my goodness, I apologize. So generally, when someone requests the installation of a handicap parking sign, it is obvious that they want it closer to their home. So the justification that there is off-street parking is, I don't think, substantiates.
Not in a couple of,
Response.
right, in a couple of occasions, we've gone ahead and approved the handicap request, even if there is off-street parking available. And it's usually a situation where it's a parking lot, and the parking lot is some distance to the entrance to either the main door or the apartment door of the person that's applying. So yes, I don't have that, unfortunately, I don't have that paperwork in front of me. I thought I did. We were going back and forth.
We
with the
tabled that,
agenda.
the one that the woman claims is too far
Yeah,
from home.
and I think that's Yarmouth, but I'm not 100% sure. But Yarmouth makes sense because it's the co-ops up there. But since it's going to be, if it'll end up, we're not holding anybody up as far as a denial is concerned. It doesn't make a difference. I would be fine, and I'll look into it to see which is which. But we can table both of those if that makes sense.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
So would you care to make a motion, Commissioner Cruz, to table both items
Yes.
under 9B 1 and 2? I
I
think
make
those
a
are mine.
motion that we table 9B 1 and 2 for our next meeting.
Okay.
For further
Is
notice.
there a second for that? Not all at once now.
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Farrow. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, the removal of an always stop sign at Elser Street and Whittier. If you can make a note of that, Lieutenant. There is one there that's present, and somebody requested the removal. And it is the city engineer's, city traffic engineer's recommendation that we deny that request to remove the stop sign. And those were one of the stop signs that has the line of sight issues. Unless there's any further questions or any questions, entertain a motion to approve the request of the city traffic engineer in this case.
So be.
It's been moved by Commissioner Kumanato. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Farrow. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed?
Yes, me,
I'm sorry?
me.
Oh, one opposed?
Yeah, I want to pose because I don't understand that. I
Okay.
think it
No,
was
that's fine.
it was misinterpreted by me initially about disapproving and approving, and they're actually
Well-
adding on and keeping that one on.
Well, yeah, what they're doing is it'll be no action. The request was to remove the signs, and by approving the city traffic engineer's request, we are in effect keeping the signs.
Mhm.
And so that's a no. Okay. Any other commissioners opposed? Okay. For the record, we have 3 in favor, 1 opposed. On the last 2 items, well, let's start with the removal of 15-minute parking signs at 3295 Fairfield Avenue. There's a good argument by the applicant, I think. The signs are been on the side of a business that's been there for several years, and his argument is that I guess they've been ticketed a few times, employees that have parked there, and occasionally the parking enforcement has gone in. So what he's claiming is he wants the 15-minute signs removed, which personally I would be in favor of, but I may want to see 60-minute parking signs there instead. But I'd like to have a chance to talk to these folks a little bit more. So if the board would indulge me, if they wouldn't mind tabling this item until I can try to get a little bit more info on it.
I agree that we,
Okay. Is that a motion to table, Commissioner Farrow?
yes. I
Okay,
think-
is there a second?
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That motion to table is unanimous, by the way. And then the installation of multi-way stop sign on Norman Street, North Avenue, Wade Street. Now, the explanation from the city traffic engineer is because there's a speeding issue, that's not a reason to install stop signs, multi-way stop signs on intersections that he claims wouldn't warrant it. Now, I think we've all, folks that have been on the commission for a while, we've in the past, we have allowed stop signs to be installed because of speeding issues. Now, that's what is being claimed here, that he's recommending that we deny the request because it's a speeding issue, and they should be addressed by speed humps as opposed to a 4-way stop sign. Now, that's all, well and good, but speed humps are not a dime a dozen. So I don't, whatever the board would like to do with this, if we want to table and see, what the possibilities are for speed humps there, but I don't know, whatever the board's pleasure is.
I think we should table this one.
It's a motion to table from Commissioner Farrow. Is there a second? I mean, Councilman Newton, would you like to second that?
Or get those things fixed down immediately. And that just to so.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been said. Any discussion? I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a motion to table. There's no discussion. All those in favor of tabling?
Yes.
Yes. Any against? Okay. Motion to table is unanimous. Okay. We need to adjourn our regular meeting before we move on to Plan A, unless there's anything else from the commissioners. I would entertain a motion to adjourn the regular meeting.
So move.
It's been moved by Commissioner Cruz. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The regular meeting is adjourned. The board now reconvenes as the trustee of Pension Plan A. There's roll call of officers for Pension A. Commissioner Cruz,
Here.
Commissioner Williams,
Here.
Commissioner Cuminato,
Yeah.
Commissioner Farrow,
Here.
and Commissioner Roach is here. And just before we move forward, Lieutenant, for the record, we have Terry Williams in attendance from for our regular board meeting. I don't know if I had mentioned that, but just to make sure that she is down as present.
I'm Commissioner Williams.
Any case, we have one item of business under Pension Plan A. And
Hi,
again, that
Commissioner
is,
Cruz.
we'll say goodnight to everybody in a second. Good night, Commissioner Cruz. Good night. Good night, John
Hi,
Boy.
Councilman Newton.
We have a request from Mrs. Susan Santillo to receive a widow's pension effective immediately under Pension Plan A. Is there a motion to approve?
Yes, so move.
So it's been moved by Commissioner Farrow. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The request is granted. Motion to adjourn Plan A. It's been moved by Commissioner Cuminato. Is there a second?
Could I make a comment?
Seconded by Commissioner Cuminato. Is there a third?
Third.
A further second by Commissioner Cruz. All those in favor of adjournment?
So
Aye.
move.
Okay. Thank you. We're also joined by Councilman Newton and Councilman McCarthy, I believe, is on the call as well. Nato Martinez was on a little bit earlier. I said thank you for thanks for tuning in, council people, and
Thank you.
everybody. Please enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you very much, Chief. Good luck Thursday, Lieutenant. Knock
Thank
'em
you.
dead. Okay.
Thank you all. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night, all.